If you're going to call yourself ArtHelper, well, then you better be helpful. And that is what this new Spark is. And I can't wait to show it to you guys. So, what I've done is I've gone to my buddy Johnny Adolphson, sorry, photography. Johnny's a super talented photographer, and he sort of specializes in, the four corners of the Southwest, right? Like Nevada, Arizona, Utah. He throws in some Colorado from time to time. So, beautiful photography. He's really well accomplished. He does shows and fairs all the time. He's got a huge Instagram following. Some of his art is in some very impressive hotels in the Utah area as well. And he's got some cachet as, the Southern Utah photographer, right? The Wasatch Mountains Utah photographer. So, what I would do in his situation is the following. First, I would come right into Instagram and I would literally just search Utah interior designer. Okay. I didn't spell that right. Let me get the spelling on the right. Or interior designer Utah. Okay. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me this search here, right? And all of you guys can do this for whatever city you're located in, anywhere in the world. There are literally probably hundreds of thousands of interior designers that are on Instagram showing off their skills, showing off what they can do, right? I looked at a couple earlier. There's Emily Taylor Designs, and I sort of scrolled through her portfolio and took a look at some of the things that she'd done. And what I noticed when I do this just very, very quickly, okay, is you kind of get an idea for the trends of what's going on in terms of home construction, interior design in the area in which you are the subject matter expert, okay? And in this case, you can see a lot of light colors, a lot of grays, muted palettes, right? Okay. Well, knowing that and knowing that interior decorators are extremely sophisticated and are all about matching their colors and making sure that there's color harmony, how can ArtHelper help us out in that capacity? So what I've done is I've grabbed a range of Johnny's photos from one of his Instagram posts, okay? And there are a bunch of his wildflower photos from the Wasatch Mountains, beautiful works, right? That are directly representative of the areas in which these folks live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Spark that's called Your Interior Designer, okay? And what this Spark does is it looks at the image and it is an expert in interior design. It knows all the rules of interior design. It takes into account current trends, okay? And what it's going to do is it's going to come back with a primary color palette, okay, based on the image, and then it is going to use the laws of interior design to come up with a contemporary interior palette, i.e., complementary, sorry, i.e., these are the wall colors, okay, in which this work is going to look fantastic. And then we've got soft cream, warm taupe, and slate gray. Okay, well, let's go back to the interior designer. What colors do you see in here? Turns out exactly the ones that we're after. This is just lining up perfectly. And big surprise, right? Because Johnny is searching Utah, and these are all Utah interior designers. So what we do, okay, is we go ahead and we'll just grab one of them, and I'll grab warm taupe this time. And so I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go over to the room mockups, and I'm going to go ahead and just search for the color in question. And in this case, warm taupe didn't bring a whole lot. Let's dump the warm and just say taupe and see what it gives us. Get rid of that. Okay, so this result is not pulling up a ton. Taupe might be too esoteric, but let's do slate gray. So I'm going to copy slate gray, throw this in here, throw this in here. And you can see slate gray has surfaced a bunch of really, really good options. And, you look at these and you toggle back and forth between what the interior designer's done, and it's like the colors are very, very similar, right? So what I would do is I would spend some time quickly going through here and getting some interior design shots. I really like that one. That one jumps at me. I really like that one. That one jumps at me. That looks amazing. That one's beautiful too. Okay, done. Let's just say done for the time being. Then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to scroll all the way down, and you can see that it's already written, okay, the copy for a Instagram direct message that I can send to an interior designer. And so I can come right up here and go message, and these interior designers are all looking for business. So let me tell you, the DMs are open, okay? Their direct message channel is open and ready and waiting for you to just slide in there and say, hey, I love your style as an interior decorator. Let me reload this because it's doing something it shouldn't. Okay, there we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. Not now. So here's what I would do. And I'm going to make this simple for the sake of the video. Hey, designer name. So I would edit designer name. And hey, Emily. Edit that there. I've always admired your ability to create spaces that feel both vibrant and serene. I am a follower and a fan. Make sure you're following if you write that. I recently completed a landscape piece that I think captures the beauty of nature with colorful wildflowers and mountain photographers. I am a Utah-based photographer. My work is currently hanging in the Ritz in Park City. I think it's the Ritz. It might be another hotel name, but I know he's in like a very important hotel name. So if you've got some street cred, use the street cred. And I think its lively palette would resonate beautifully with your style and color patterns and color palettes. Love to share it with you. Could be a perfect fit in one of your projects. Would love to chat if ever you have any art needs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and attach, and this is the web version, the phone version is better for this, but what I would go and do is then attach the images that I took, and I'm not sure, maybe it'll let me drag it right in. Does it? Let me see if it does. I don't know if it does or it doesn't on the web version. If this doesn't work, I would just use my phone, but does it? Yeah, it doesn't let you drag it in. So that's okay. You use the phone version to do this. Send it, okay? And you can do 40 of these a day, you guys. You can do 40 of these a day. And like, look, I just went onto Instagram and I just searched interior designer of the area in which my artwork dovetails. And you guys can do this locally, geographically, right? You know, you could do it if you have a series of work that works for a particular geographic area or a particular style of design, or, you know, if you want to do boho interior design, right? Like pick a design style, you know, and go and search on Instagram, and you could spend a little bit of time, right, finding a list of 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 where you know your work just goes really, really well in a boho interior scenario, and you find the designers, right? Okay, step into a boho interior design with our global community. So that's a global community one. I want an individual designer, inspo. Okay, boho is huge. Both vibes and rattan materials. The point is, you make a list of designers, interior designers. You go to ArtHelper. You get perfect dovetailed images in color with exactly how they want to do it. You have some sample copy you can edit, and you start sending direct messages. If even 10 of you started doing this today, and you said, you know what, I'm going to send 200 of these over a couple of days and see where I land, I guarantee you, you're going to be in conversation with interior designers. They're going to say, this is an extremely thoughtful person that sees what I do and I love in my style, has matched their art to my style. Their art is representative of what I am attempting to do, whether it's geographically or subject matter based. That is an ArtHelper, you guys. If it makes it easier for you to have these type of interior design chops and color palettes, and then you get easy copy to send, all you got to do is hit the send button. You're not going to get a response every time, and that's okay. But a lot of times that interior designer is going to be like, wow, this is way more helpful than what normally artists do. I might just contact this person. I might just think about this person. I might start a relationship. The next time I have a big design project and I want to test some art, maybe you drive over there with 15 pieces and let her just do her thing, right? So very, very important thing to contemplate, very, very important thing to think about. And another great way that ArtHelper can help you out. If you haven't tried it and you want to give ArtHelper a shot, it's simply just arthelper.ai. Get in there and start feeling the power of what an employee in your business can do. It's the magic of AI.